So just the other night, a guy approached me, right?
And he was like, who's your favorite artist? And like most people do when they ask a question, he didn't really care about my answer. He went on to say, is it Shakespeare? Is it Frost? Picasso? Michelangelo? Is it the Beatles? Michael Jackson? Beethoven? And he went on and on about who he thought was the greatest, not realizing that even his infrastructure to ask that question was misled. And so finally I kindly smiled and said, "Sir, you asked me who the greatest artist of all time is. So let me tell you, because there's no debate about who is the greatest. See, all those artists you just mentioned, the greatest made them all. And see, this artist, he's a beast, a lion, the name above all names. You don't realize it, but you encounter his art every day. Oh, by the way, his name is God, Yahweh, Creator, your Maker. He's indefinitely creative, sir. There is no one greater. Your favorite artist might bend words. My favorite artist bends galaxies. See, what if I told you that you were God's poetry? You were created because someone else was creative. See, long ago, God picked up his eternal paintbrush, dipped it in his glory, placed us in his story, and said, they will live for me. Made you beautifully and uniquely, individually from the start. He touched the canvas of flesh and said, this one is better than all the rest. I'll give them so much of my image so that even when they're hot off the press, you can still see the steam of my breath. And it was about that time that God butted back in and he said, that sounds good and all, but I'm wretched and filthy. God won't use me, will he? And I said, oh, that's what's amazing about God. No matter what we've done, he can still use us. He doesn't refuse us, neither does he accuse us. He redeems us in Jesus, promises never to lose us. So stop saying that you're dirt. Stop saying that you're scum of the earth. You ought to be careful how you talk about someone else's work. Because if you've trusted in Jesus, then you can stop saying that you're filthy. All that is just pride clothed in false humility. How dare you say you're worthless when he says you're priceless? And all I'm saying is that he's behind it all. So why do we insist on giving him no credit at all? Who else is responsible for Mozart being able to compose at age 5 without formal training? He made the fingers Beethoven would use to create art on the keys. For Pete's sake, he made Stevie Wonder, one of the best musicians of our time, and he couldn't even see. We're not self-sustained, no, we're not self-creating. Technically, nothing we do is original, we're just imitating. And that's not a diss. All I'm trying to say is this: even our own creativity is nothing more than an outflow of his. And so let me end with this. You know that quote about giving credit where credit is due? Well, if that's true, it's about time you give God his rightful credit too. Because he's a God in the business of making all things new. And here's the truth, he's not through with making a masterpiece of you.